And what I really love is that I was able to tell the story on my vlog of how I even chose and the reason why I chose the intro music that you hear on the podcast. I just love it. Oh my gosh. So y'all kind of see me in like rare form. You have to check out that vlog because I wanted him to mix it a certain way, and once he finally got it, oh my gosh, I was so hyped. My energy, I was like, yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm ready. Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get real answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. My name is Aquia Robinson, and I'm a makeup artist, beauty educator, and the creator of Friends in Beauty. I created Friends in Beauty to support like-minded creatives just like you on their quest to connect, network, and build genuine relationships within the beauty community. Join me every week as me and my special guests reveal the keys to success and longevity in the beauty industry, and most importantly, have fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here with me, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. If you are a friend in beauty, I welcome you to join the Friends in Beauty Facebook community. If you're looking for a community of like-minded, ambitious friends in beauty to virtually connect with, network, and share resources, then click the link down below in the show description to join our community, and I'll be there to welcome you with open arms. Also, follow Friends in Beauty on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty. What I like to do is something called the Friends in Beauty Friday feature, where every Friday I spotlight a different friend in beauty and their accomplishments. So no matter how big or small you think it is, I want to shout you out. I want to send you some good vibes. So all you have to do is use the hashtag FIB Friday feature, tag Friends in Beauty on something that you have accomplished, and I'll share it with the community. Additionally, the Friends in Beauty podcast is available on several platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google, YouTube, you name it. And whatever platform you are listening from right now, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into the Friends in Beauty podcast. I truly appreciate you so much. And I would love it even further if you took the time to leave a 5-star rating, a review, a comment, a like, a share, a subscribe, or something to let me know how you feel about the Friends in Beauty podcast. I would absolutely love it. And also, I have to tell you that you should join the Friends in Beauty mailing list tribe if you haven't already, because they are the first to know about all things Friends in Beauty, and I send out different business resources, tips, and advice throughout the week. So if that's something that you're interested in, the link for that will be in the description as well. And last but not least, the most important thing is to share the Friends in Beauty podcast with your other friends in beauty, your family, your friends, anybody that you think could benefit from the information that is being shared. Share away to help me grow the Friends in Beauty community. Now, on this episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast, I wanted to come and talk to you because I am fresh off of my first Friends in Beauty podcast live event, and I wanted to come and, reflect with you, because anytime after you host an event, a class, or any kind of gathering, it's always important to reflect on everything surrounding the event, as far as things that went well, things that didn't go well, like what you would do different next time, and just everything like that, like the numbers, that you meet your numbers, all of those good things. So I've done a little bit of reflection already, but I wanted to come and reflect with you all because this event was so amazing. And I told everyone in the room that I really feel like this event was the beginning of something really big. And I don't know what it is yet, but it is a gut feeling that I have and had while hosting that event. Like, everything was just beautiful. Everything went exactly how it was supposed to go, whether that was things not working out or working out in my favor, how I wanted it to work out. But literally everything worked out the way it was supposed to, and the event was amazing. So I wanted to come and reflect with you all on, some of the things surrounding the event and my feelings around it. I totally have a whole vlog on YouTube that is live right now that you can go and watch the whole week leading up to the event, all of the things that I had to do to lead up to the event, all of the things that went right, things that went wrong, good news, bad news, everything in between. But first, I want to talk about the things leading up to the event. So I definitely have a vlog as well on YouTube with me showing you me searching for venues. So I take you behind the scenes of me, touring a couple of different venues here in the DMV area, one of which that it was like my first choice that I really, really wanted to have it at. But I think in the future, I'll do something a little bit bigger there. I really like that venue. It's in downtown Silver Spring, but when it came time for me to move forward, I didn't hear any information back from them as far as like receiving the contract and all of that good stuff. So I decided to move forward with a more intentional location. I chose Click Warehouse. It's a photography studio here in Maryland, in Forestville, Maryland. And I actually do quite a bit of photo shoots at that studio a lot. So I'm familiar with the space. And that area is very sentimental to me because there's a studio directly next door. It was a studio directly next door called Studio 223 that I used to work in all the time when I first started doing makeup. That was like my home base, my studio home. And I was literally in that studio like 4 days a week, like practicing on models, doing photo shoots, building my portfolio. So I chose Click Warehouse for that reason, because I wanted to be intentional about choosing the space that had like memories and everything like that. And plus the owner, I just adore her. She's so sweet. So I wanted to have my event there. So I ended up having it at Click Warehouse, which was a great choice. We had lots of space in there to do what we needed to do, and people were very comfortable. Other things leading up to the event. So one thing that I wanted to do differently at this event that I've never done before is I wanted to have merch. Like I got a special logo made for the 111 episode, the Friends of Beauty 111 podcast episode and the event. So I wanted to create merch for this event. So a friend of mine offered services to create the t-shirts and everything like that, but at the last minute she wasn't able to do it. So that kind of set me back a little bit, because that's something that I really, really wanted to do. But I have an alternative, so I will be selling the 111 merch. I'll just be doing it virtually. I'll be having a online shop instead of doing it like in person. So that happened. I was kind of disappointed about that, but I just kind of figured maybe that's an element that I didn't really like necessarily need. And it's also one of those things of like, if it didn't happen this time, it can definitely happen next time. I got some sponsors. So House of Uni, Kumiko, I forget her episode number. I want to say it's 49 off the top of my head. I'm not sure. But Kumiko Ming, she's a Friends in Beauty podcast alum. She's the owner and creator of House of Uni, sponsored a whole bunch of lipsticks to go into the swag bags. I'm so grateful for her. Also got sponsorship from Face Front Skin, which I thought was like so sweet, because I was posting about the event and everything, and she just happened to reach out to me saying that she wanted to support me, like she loved everything that I was doing, and she would love to send some things over for the goodie bag. So I thought that was so sweet. She sent over so much stuff, and she also sent over quite a few things to do giveaways at the event. So that was really cool as well. Also really cool, I was on Instagram Live last week leading up to the event, and Crystal Wright hopped into the live. And Crystal Wright is a big deal in the beauty industry. I believe she used to be like an agent, and she does coaching as well for, beauty industry creatives. So she hopped into my live and said that she wanted to give away one of her books. So I thought that was really, really cool. So one of our friends in beauty won that book as well. But here is when like things started to get crazy, y'all. And I literally had like a meltdown. So one thing that I wanted to provide for my guests is I wanted to provide everybody with journals, like custom journals with the logo on it and everything. Found a place to print them, ordered them offline, rush delivered them. And something told me, like, when it started to get closer to the event, something was like, you should call and check on what's up with these journals, because, like, where are they? So I called the place that I ordered from, and they're telling me, oh, it takes like 6 days to process, and it's not going to ship out until April 14th, and you'll get it on this date. And mind you, the event is April 15th. So I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. Just go ahead and run me my money back, because I ain't see nothing. She claimed that on the website it says it's 6 days processing. I'm a very detailed person. Like, I didn't see nothing like that on the website, because if I did, I wouldn't have ordered it, okay? It possibly could be on there, but I didn't see it. So I was like, yeah, run me my money back. But then I kind of started to go into a little panic, because that was something that I really, really, really wanted. That was like a almost like a non-negotiable. Like, I had the sponsors, of course, but I wanted to provide my guests with something from me, from Friends in Beauty. So I kind of had to like scramble to figure out like, how am I going to do these journals? Like, I had a few different ideas of how I could execute it, but it was just one of those things of like, everything else was kind of like going according to plan, and that's not something that I wanted to be worried about. But luckily, we have a family friend here in the DC area who has a printing service, and she was able to knock that thing out in like a day and a half, or like 2 days. It didn't take long at all. So by Thursday, like, I found out on Monday that week, and the event was Friday. I found out on Monday that the journals were a no-go, and by Thursday the journals had been delivered from the other person. So that worked out. So I definitely had some custom journals. I'm actually selling the last bit of them. It's very limited edition, for real. I'm selling the last bit of them. So if you want your own journal from the 111 event, a custom journal, and I'll sign the inside for you, let me know. Just slide into the DM and I'll let you know. Other things leading up to the event, just vendors dropping out, showing interest, dropping out. And I said on this last vlog too, like, I don't even know how to quite word it really, but one thing I do not like is people wasting my time. And I feel like this event in particular, like, nobody has wasted my time in like a short amount of time more than me planning this event. And I go more into detail. I had like a whole ramble session on my vlog about it. But I just feel like, and I'll tell you all this just because I'm here, but I do have a hard time, and it's something that I'm working on, with asking people for help. Only because I just feel like sometimes people let me down, and that's a bad thing. I'm working on it. I just feel like people let me down a lot. They say that they can help, and then they end up not being able to do something, and that's something that happened quite a few times during the planning of this event. And then, you know, things like that happen. It makes me feel like, well, that's why I do things by myself. That's why I do things alone most of the time, because I can rely on myself to get it done. And then if I can't get it done, then it's on me. You know what I'm saying? I hate relying on people to do things and then they don't deliver, and it just makes me look at you a certain type of way. So definitely a lot of people wasting my time. But as you see, like I told you in the end, everything worked out exactly how it's supposed to. One thing that was super fun that I did prior to the event, actually like the day before the event, is I did a drink test. A drink, like, taste test. Yes, a taste test. So Buddy Love the Lights and my girl Dayana, who many of you all know is my bestie, they sponsored the bar for Friends in Beauty 111. And it was amazing. Oh my gosh. So the night before, I went over to her place and she prepared the drinks. So I had 2 signature cocktails. I had the 111 like Rita, like a margarita, and then I had the Friends in Beauty sour. Like, I had a light and a dark, because yes, we do indulge in alcoholic beverages at Friends in Beauty, okay? I know people be coming in, and the bar was kind of tucked away. I remember, I think it was Keisha. She was like, y'all got something to drink in here? And I was like, oh yeah, the bar's over there. She's like, a bar, okay? Because a lot of people don't realize, like, yes, we do turn up. We do turn up at Friends in Beauty. But I went to her house the night before, and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. The drinks were amazing. I was like, I already know that the 111 is the drink that I want to drink, because I freaking love margaritas, and that margarita was so good. And then also the night before, I got to work with my DJ on my intro music for the event. And what I really love is that I was able to tell the story on my vlog of how I even chose and the reason why I chose the intro music that you hear on the podcast. That I just love it. Oh my gosh. So y'all kind of see me in like rare form. You have to check out that vlog because I wanted him to mix it a certain way, and once he finally got it, oh my gosh. I was so hyped. My energy. I was like, yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm ready. So those are the few things that was like leading up to the event. It was a lot going on emotionally because at this point I do not have an event planner. I thought it was something that I was going to be able to do this time around, so I can, so I could just have somebody plan the event, execute my vision, and I just want to show up and be the best host and best friend in beauty that I can be without having to worry about, background things going on, logistics and stuff like that. So definitely I'm working towards that's definitely a goal of mine. So I'm pretty involved in the event. So by the time that the event came, I was just ready to get it done. Like I was just so excited. I was so hyped and everything. So the day of the event, crazy me, I took clients that morning. I had 2 women to do, I think they're probably going to be pretty regular clients now because this is my second time working with them. Amazing boss women. But I had 2 clients that morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning. And then after that, I had to go pick up the speakers and the microphones that I rented. I rented them from Guitar Center, which is a great tip for you all because Guitar Center was very affordable, like way more affordable than I thought it was going to be. So if you ever have an event or something like that and you need speakers, microphones, like anything tech, like audio and tech wise, definitely hit up Guitar Center to see what they have and what they could offer because they came through on the clutch. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be way more expensive than what it was. So I had to go pick up, the speakers, microphone, all that good stuff. And then this is where crazy stuff started happening because now, okay, so like the day before the event, one of my volunteers dropped out, which I thought was very crazy because of the reason why they dropped out. I was like, okay, girl. That's like literally the text that I sent back was like, okay, girl, whatever. The day of the event, I'm now down like 2 more volunteers. One person emailed saying they was having family stuff, which is totally fine. Stuff happens. And then one other person they reached out to me to volunteer. And once I sent the information, they just never responded. So, that happened. And then also I was down 1 guest. Can you believe it? So one of the people that I was supposed to interview, Muslima Carpenter, unfortunately, had gotten sick during the week, and she thought that she was going to be able to push through and still come to the event. But as time got closer, she realized that she wasn't going to be able to do it, which is totally fine because I told her, hey, girl, look, I need you to take care of yourself. The Friends of Beauty podcast is not going anywhere, and I'll definitely just get you on a different episode because I still want to talk to Muslima. I have so many questions for her, but that worked out as well, and I'm going to tell you why a little bit later, why that worked out. But 1 guest dropped out. I can't even say dropped out. She wasn't able to make it, but we'll get her on there eventually. But that was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? But it turned out to be just fine. And it's one of those things, like, I cannot stress anymore, y'all. Like, one thing that I want to say is, like, when you're doing events, classes, what have you, it's really important to remain flexible and just to remain positive because what you think might be a setback might actually like work in your favor. You know what I'm saying? So don't panic. Don't get upset. Like, it might be a major thing in that moment, but it's definitely a way that you could work around it and just try to figure out a way to, still make things happen. What I loved about having the volunteers that I did have and my event decorator and everything is that we had to arrive like 3 hours early to the venue. And we had to arrive 3 hours early to the venue. And what I loved was that they were like, by the time that I got there, because I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to rush myself because I was trying to get there like when they got there, but I was like, they know what to do. I'm going to trust that my presence is not needed for them to execute the things that they know that they need to do. So once I got there, like my backdrop was already set up. The vendor was already there. She was set up. Like the tables were in place. Everything was all set up the way it needed to for like my mom to come in with the food and all of that stuff. So the setup was amazing. Once I got there, all I needed the volunteers to do, the volunteers that stuck in there with me, all I needed them to do was to stuff the swag bags with the stuff, and that was pretty much it. So shout out to Antoinette of Sassy Settings. Like, she is the person that did all of my decor and setup for the event. She also did my stuff for my birthday. So if you seen my birthday vlog, it's the same person who did my decor for my birthday dinner, my dinner party. But shout out to Antoinette. She is just so amazing at what she does. And you can always tell when people are passionate about what they do, just the level of detail and perfectionism that kind of goes into it. I absolutely recommend Antoinette if you're in the DMV area and you need somebody to do like balloon work or decor. Like, she does more than just balloons. I think she also does event planning as well. Definitely hit her up, and I'll leave her information in the show notes. Shout out to my volunteers, Aggie and Teresa. Aggie is somebody, she's a hairstylist, but we work together quite a bit on photo shoots and everything. So when she reached out to volunteer, I was like, oh, this is perfect, because that's my girl, Teresa. That was my first time meeting Teresa in person, but we've been friends. We have been friends on Instagram for a while because I love her Instagram name. It's called Painted for Public. Every time I see it pop up, I'm like, I just love that freaking name. Shout out to my mom, my sister Adjua, and my girls Dayana and Kyla for holding down the bar. Dayana and Kyla held down that bar like it was no other. So shout out to them. And my mom, my sister lent a hand with the food. I had some custom cookies made. Oh my gosh, like, it was just so cute. The custom cookies were so freaking cute. It has like the Friends of Beauty logo on it and the 111. Oh my god, so great. Let me think. So that was the day of the event. Everything went amazing. Let's talk about what went well. So what went well as far as the event, based off of what I observed and also the feedback that I was getting. Definitely the food was a hit. Like, people were coming up to me like, ooh, who catered the food? Like, the food was this, the food was that. And I was like, my mom. My mom did the food. Like, she prepared everything for me. So you got to go talk to her. And my mom is not a caterer. I just needed somebody that, can, keep an eye on the food and, get all of that together for me. And I know she was the woman for the job. But people were raving about that food. And one thing that I want you all to know is that I will always have vegan or vegetarian options at my events, okay? Because some people didn't realize until after the fact that I had vegan options. And I will always accommodate my vegan friends in beauty, okay? My best friend is vegan. I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat meat. I eat fish, seafood, or whatever. So I will always have those options for you. So don't worry, okay? I got you. I'm your best friend in beauty, okay? Other things that went well, like I mentioned, the decor. Oh my gosh. Like, there was a difference between just seeing it to the naked eye, and then once I saw how it looked like in pictures and everything, just freaking flawless. I absolutely loved the way that it looked in the pictures. It was bright. It was beautiful. It was on point. Thank you, Antoinette. So awesome. Also, what went well, the vendor, my girl Zipporah Sense, my girl Kanae, she's a model that I work with quite a bit as well. But she was the vendor at this event, and she has like candles and room sprays and incense, all the smell good stuff. And I believe that she did pretty well there. Like I said, the bar was a hit. The bar went really, really well. The custom drinks, the setup, everything was just a vibe. And speaking of vibes, the vibes were definitely something that went well. One thing about my events that I'm starting to notice is even though it's friends in beauty, I feel like I bring out such a diverse crowd, from like young people, more mature people, and everyone in between. And then everybody's not even in the beauty industry. I definitely had real estate agents there, other entrepreneurs, jewelry makers. It's like just so many different people that were in the building. I had my girl Shantia Maria. She's a Friends of Beauty podcast alum as well, who helps people with their trademarks and everything. And I had quite a few Friends of Beauty podcast alum in the building, even some that came from out of town, that I was just so tickled and just so honored that they did that. But the vibes were definitely on point. We were doing that whole 360 photo booth thing. That was fun, and just having a good time. Also, things that went well, I feel like, are the conversations. The interviews that I did went very, very well. People were engaged with, the conversation that was going on. The audience was engaged with what I was doing. They were clapping and just giving me energy. Like, it felt really, really good. And I had quite a few takeaways from each interview that I did. And I'm really pumped up to like take action on all of the new things that I learned. It's one thing that will forever stick with me, and it's a tip that Keisha gave about SEO, search engine optimization, on your website. Oh my gosh. You just have to wait until the 111th episode. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, because it is that good that you just got to wait for it. Everybody in the room was like, mouth open. I was asking them, did you know that? Because I didn't even know it. And I fancy myself to be a pretty techie person. So many takeaways from the event. And then the feedback that I've been getting from everyone is just so refreshing, and so it's a confirmation that I'm moving in the right direction. And this is something that people enjoy and people want to see more of. After the event, people kept asking me, even before the event even happened, people were asking me, what are you doing after the event? And I was like, I don't know, because I don't know how I'm going to feel. I was anticipating being pooped and everything. So I was like, I don't want to make any plans. People were like, oh, you should have after party, all this stuff. Maybe one day we'll have an after party for something. But I didn't know how I was going to feel. But I definitely hung out with Dayana. I went over to her apartment afterwards, and we played. It was me, Dayana, Sam, and our friend Nia. We went over there. We played games and talked and drank some more the drinks that was left over from the event. That was fun. But the next day, honey, I had to take the speaker back. I went over to my mom's house for a little bit. But when I got back in the house, I was tired AF, okay? I have never felt so drained after an event before. And I'm like, maybe things are changing with me, because I don't remember. It took me maybe 2 or 3 days to fully get back to feeling like myself. I was pooped, and rightfully so, because I've been working on planning this event for quite some time. So once it was over, it was like, I could finally relax. And I really don't have much I can't talk. I really don't have much recollection about the event itself. Everything was just a dream. It was just flowing. I kind of feel like I had an out of body experience. And then the next day, as I was unpacking the rest of the stuff from my car and bringing it into the house and everything, I literally had an immense moment of gratitude that brought me to tears. And that's been happening lately, where I'm just so grateful that I just start crying, because the amount of belly aching and worry and just wanting things to go right that went into this event, and then for everything to literally work out the way it was supposed to, I just had so much gratitude that I just started crying. Literally, I just started crying, because it's just been an amazing journey, an amazing ride. A lot of people don't know the things that go into doing events like this and to make it successful. And in full transparency, I have not yet been profitable from any of my Friends in Beauty events. including this one yet. These events don't really pay for themselves 100%. A lot of it, plenty of it comes out of pocket at this point for me to execute, and it's totally fine at this point because I already know where I'm heading, and I know that it won't be like this for much longer. And this is part of the sacrifice that I had to make as far as getting Friends in Beauty out there, having my visibility, and just building the vision that I want. That's what it's going to have to be for right now. But I have not yet been profitable from any Friends in Beauty event that I have done, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it right now. And the gratitude is still the same because I know the impact that it has based off of the people that are in the room and what they share with me and the things that they go on to do. So it's all good right now. So like I said, that's why I'm like in the process of trying to secure like an event planner and all that stuff so they can execute my vision the right way where I can also profit from my efforts because I need to profit. Like I enjoy doing this and I enjoy bringing the information to you, but I also have to make a living. I got bills to pay as well. So that's just that. What's next? Oh, no, let me talk about what I would do differently first. So as far as what I would do differently, because you definitely have to reflect on that when you're doing events. What I would do differently is I would change up the timeline a little bit. And one thing I want to mention about the other young lady who wasn't able to make it. Once I did the whole podcast event with the 3 guests that I had, I was like, girl, how the hell were you about to interview 4 people? Okay, like how are you about to do that? Just based off of the timing that I had set aside for the event, it would have been cutting it like real close to have 4 people. So it worked out that she wasn't able to make it. Like I said, I'll just get her on another episode. But I would definitely take that into account next time and really determine like how many people do I really need on this roster. I think 3 was a good number. I could even do 2. But I think 2 or 3 people is like perfect if I switch up the timeline. So one thing I would do differently is change up the timeline because this one was more of a celebration. That's why I had like the VIP networking, and then I had like the 360 and like the vibes, like the party vibes could be cut short a little bit. So I think next time I probably would just do like 1 ticket price. Or if I do VIP, I'll probably do something a little bit different. But I wouldn't do like the VIP networking hour beforehand. I would just probably make that like a standard, like mix and mingle, get in the door, and then I would start like the event, the interviews and stuff like that, like an hour in, and then leave like the last hour for people to still network and mingle and kind of decompress and, you know, discuss the things that they learn. And what I would do differently next time is I'll be a little bit tighter with my Q&A segment because we were kind of winding down, so I wasn't able to do it exactly how I wanted to do it. So I'll be a little bit more mindful about that next time. But like I said, everything was still amazing. What's next? So as far as what's next, I'm definitely planning on taking this live podcast to different cities. So if you want me to come to your city, let me know. I need to have enough requests to come to that particular city in order to do that. So if you want me to pop up in your city with the live version of the Friends of Beauty podcast and interview some different people in your city, let me know. Definitely follow Friends in Beauty on Twitter. I created a Twitter during this time because I just felt like I got some things to say, and I feel like Twitter would be the perfect place for it. So follow Friends in Beauty on Twitter for maybe some random rants and things that you probably wouldn't expect me to say to come out of my mouth. Also, subscribe to Friends in Beauty on YouTube because you can see the behind the scenes vlog of everything leading up to this event, and just also the other vlogs that I have, like behind the scenes of me building up Friends in Beauty, my personal life, all that good stuff. And then also make sure you stay tuned for episode 111 so you can hear the interviews with Keisha Taylor, Samuel McDuffie, and Tiana Robinson because they were absolutely fire and they left no crumbs behind, okay? They left no crumbs behind. So that is my recap of the Friends in Beauty podcast live event, the very, very first one. And everybody that was there are literally a part of history in the making. I'm not quite sure where this road is going to lead, but they absolutely get to have the flex of saying that they were there first, and they were able to witness my first live podcast event, because once this thing blows up, you just never know. So thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. And definitely when another Friends in Beauty event comes around, I promise you're not going to want to miss it. And if you do, you're a square. Let me stop playing. But yeah, you're definitely not going to want to miss it. These events have been so impactful for everybody that has been involved. And it really is such an honor and a pleasure to be able to spearhead this and bring something so impactful to people. You just never know how you touch people's lives. And I believe that Friends in Beauty at this point right now, as I'm speaking, I don't know what the future holds, but I really feel like Friends in Beauty is a part of my legacy work, and just being able to, help people and provide them with the things that they need to be great. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I have some amazing interviews coming up for you. One of which you have to watch my vlog, because I got somebody from my 2022 list reached out to me first, and I was just gagging. Like, this interview is a big deal for me. So make sure you stay tuned for more greatness, and I will talk to you in another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Share this episode with at least one friend in beauty, and subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts so that other friends in beauty can find this show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, #Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.